We are currently located in Piazza di Popolo, the People's Square. Twin churches. One of them houses a very famous Caravaggio. To your left, keep going, is up at the top there is the beginning of Villa Borghese, which is a park. And then keep going to your left, another 90 degrees. Those are the keep going. That's the gate to get into the city, from the walled city. That was the northern gate. Still in Piazza del Popolo, one of the most impressive squares in Rome. Allegedly, the paving was paid for by taxes levied on prostitutes. The obelisk to my left was stolen from Egypt by Emperor Augustus. It was once in the Circus Maximus as a turning point for chariot races. It wasn't only the horses that ran, there were races for prostitutes, children, Jews, and cripples. This obelisk is the second oldest in Rome, dating back to the 12th or 13th century BC. It was stolen by a triumphant army in Egypt. There are thousands of fountains around Rome, all powered by gravity, fed from the ancient aqueducts, carrying water from the mountains. Put your finger here. Ah, delicioso! Pantheon means all gods, so it was a pagan temple. And then when Catholicism took over, they tore down all the pagan temples and symbols. However, this one pope converted this to a church, so it saved it. And here it is today. Construction on the Pantheon started in 27 BC by the statesman Marcus Agrippa, whose name adorns the banner out front. Hadrian completely rebuilt it in 122. Paul will verify that date, after a fire. When it was completed in 127, it was the largest domed structure on Earth until they built the Houston Astrodome in the 60s or 70s, whatever that was. If you can see the domed roof, at the bottom the concrete is 6 feet thick and it tapers off so it wouldn't collapse on itself. At the top it's only a foot or two. And that's the oculus. The only source of light in this building. Legend has it, a ghost resides in that building, and it scared the people so much that they kept looking out the window, the top window all the way to the right. They stoned it over and painted it to make it look like a window, so the ghost couldn't keep looking out. Trajan's column, started in AD 107 and completed in 113, is a 120-foot tower depicting the triumphs of Emperor Trajan over the Dacians. There's a 210-meter relief spiraling around that tells of the campaign over the Dacians. It was once brightly painted and very ornate, and could be seen from a very long distance. Emperor Trajan is buried beneath that column. So it's 40 meters high, and the spirals is 210 meters. This is the Bridge of Angels. That is Castel San Angelo. To the left, and to the left is where we're going now, which is St. Peter's Cathedral, St. Peter's Square in La Città di Vaticano. The original design of St. Peter's Square was to have a great big opening behind the narrow alleyways and streets. Mussolini razed this entire neighborhood and built this grandiose approach, completely defeating the purpose of the original design. St. Peter's Cathedral and St. Peter's Square. Behind, apparently, Peter was crucified upside down and buried nearby. The early Christians built a modest little church to commemorate the spot. A couple of hundred years later, Constantine, the first Christian emperor, built this enormous, beautiful church. Those are the statues of Remus and Romulus. Orphaned at birth, they were suckled by a she-wolf out in the woods. Romulus killed his brother Remus and founded Rome, like a whole bunch of years ago. Graffiti, the word, our modern day word graffiti, comes from the Latin word for to scratch, because in Roman times, people would scratch into the stone messages and things they wanted to post, and it turned into graffiti. Nowadays, if you ever flew into Rome and took the train into the city, you would see a lot of graffiti. This grass is the Circus Maximus. It's oval shaped, really big. This is where they had chariot races. These are where the grandstands up on the slopes of each side of the hill. Those ruins back there is the Palatine Hill, which is where a lot of the emperors lived. That was their house. Right on the other side of that, of the Palatine Hill, is the Forum where we were yesterday. So you can go. This is Trajan's Market, one of the early marketplaces in Rome where you could buy and sell goods. Later it developed into Wawa. This is Trajan's Forum. The other place was the Forum of Nerva.
So this one became the Wawa?
This later developed into Wawa. We're standing in Trajan's Market, which later developed into Wawa. As you can see, to the ruins to the right was the early ancient sandwich making station. Now computerized at your favorite Wawa. It all started here. Corfu, from the Greek for to videotape, was founded in the 12th century BC by Jesuit monks named Scott. They built this fort to protect themselves from the Visigoths and other incursions by undesirables, such as the cast of the Jersey Shore. She's gonna whip on all of them. Yeah, about time you got closer. Oh, you give it up?
So Mark, why is it that in Italy and Greece, everyone's driving on the same side as the events, but in London, it's completely different?
Well, Paul, that's because the Pope, a million years ago, decided that everybody should be on the right side of the road. If the knights, it all started because the knights would walk down and everybody was right-handed and they had their sword on their right hand. So if somebody came down on the left side of the road, if you had to have your sword out, you could. But then all of a sudden, King James, or one of those English fucks that just wanted to stick it up the Catholic's ass,
said, you know what? I now hereby decree that the proper side of the road is the left side of the road. So anything that was in the English Empire, England, Ireland, Jamaica, Bahamas, Cleveland, it's all on the left side of the road.
Cleveland.
Yes, Cleveland.
Interesting.
Thank you.
If we get a flat tire, we're done.
You think?
And you're right, if a car comes, we're done.
Yeah, I don't know what to do. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? And why are we going up here?
There's like a house here. Are we in someone's yard?
Can't be right.
Is this the road?
Yeah, that's not a road.
Oh my god.
How are we gonna turn around? You think that's a road? Oh, there's a main road up there. You think I should go straight?
Yes. Watch the wood.
That can't be a road.
If not, we can turn around up there.
I don't think we can turn around up there. Should we walk? Want to get out and walk to that, just to that corner? I don't think you just put wood on a road.
They live here. There's
Yeah,
houses
but it's a
right here.
road.
It's their driveway. Go that way, he said.
He did.
Mm-hmm. Watch you're good.
Thanks, Paul, for doing a recon mission. I don't. It'd be very difficult to drive in reverse on this. I don't even know if you can call this a road.
This is their way of keeping tourists out of their yard.
This can't be a road.
Someone's gonna come out and go, "What are you doing here?" It's not, it's gated. This is the end. It is somebody's house.
Albania, you border on the Adriatic. Your land is mostly mountainous, and your chief export is coal.
What? There's a filthy beggar coming, Mark. Watch out.
Where? Where? Get away! You're giving me money. Behind me is the Church of St. Spiros, originally built in 1286 to defend the village against the Muslim incursions from the filthy beggars in Albania. In 1562, Garibaldi was beheaded right here on this spot.
Our Cracker Jack tour guide trying to figure out where he is.
Gotta go down here to the... No.